So Revit 2024 is available now. I heard about Topo Surface, a dark theme, new sample. Yeah, it's about time. A new multidiscipline template. That's interesting. New revision cloud. New texture. Oh, that's a new texture visual style. That's interesting as well. And a search bar in the project browser. So let's check it out. So we have now downloaded Revit 2024, and this is how it looks like. The interface looks like this. We will have the new samples, as you can see, the architecture, structure, electrical, HVAC, and plumbing models of a certain project. I have actually tested it earlier on, and the files that they used here are quite big. So if you don't have a strong computer that have enough graphics card, won't be able to really explore it properly. So on my part, the computer I'm using right now is not optimized for extreme graphics use, so I will not go deeply into these samples. Okay? But just to start and see what Revit 2024 looks like, let's start a new project. So immediately you will notice that template file has two options: metric and imperial multidiscipline. So since we are very much familiar with metric, let's click on the metric and let's start. Immediately when you open the project, you will notice that you already have this prop view set up. It's on, and you have these reference planes that are visible already. Of course, there's still that elevation targets that has always been there, and there's a section view that is ready by default, and you also have the north arrow and the scale bar available. So that is L1. So I don't have the project browser on, so let's get the project browser here. It's the same. Yeah, it's right here. Project browser, check it. Project browser appears right there. And immediately you will notice that there's this canvas theme that is available. See what happens if I click this. So immediately the canvas or the drawing area becomes black. Not the entire interface. There is an option to convert this into black, which is similar to AutoCAD or 3D Max and other software. So if you have been very much used to using AutoCAD, 3D Max, and you want it to have the same feel, your eyes just get used to the dark theme, you can actually go to the options and play with the dark theme. We'll explore that later on, but this is the canvas theme. Me, I'm very much used to Revit in white, so I'll just switch that back to white. Okay. And now what we see under floor plans, this is the plan view. So the template that we're looking at is already having the architectural package have the coordination package. You'll have the electrical, mechanical, plumbing, structural. Okay? So it's a complete discipline that you don't need to add more sheets and have it. So it's like a real project template that is composed of everything from the architecture to structural to good. It's highly desirable, and there's this nice search bar here. If you search something, say art, so everything under art will be highlighted and will be shown. So let's check out the sheets. Let's see A101. A101 is already set up. We still have the similar title block. But obviously, you know that the font has changed. It's now a different kind of font. If I'm not mistaken, it's Revit. Right, so font have changed. And if you are looking at the interface, you know that they have sort of minimalized the icons. There's not that drop shadow, probably because of the dark theme that is available right now. So if you don't have the drop shadow here, it doesn't have to be shadowed when you go to the dark theme. This is what the other reviewers have been saying. So let's say I will do something, say model a wall. Place that with the type, which is brick. Have that brick. Fine. Let me check my visual styles. So yes, we have a new one. We have a new visual style, which is called textures. So let's check first what consistent colors look like. Color looks like. We have that brick shown right there. And when we change that to textures, you'll see the texture, but you don't have that line is being shown. Let's try to check out that dark theme, which is in the options. So here in the options, you have under colors, you have the canvas colors scene. Okay, you can set it to dark, and active theme can be dark, which would make everything dark. Just click OK. Now it becomes like a strange software for us who have been using Revit all these years. This is something similar to the other Autodesk softwares that are in black by default. Okay? So if this is more familiar with you, then very well go ahead and do it. But for me, I'm very much used to the white interface, so I'll probably switch back to the white. This is like energy saving, and you might get used to it. So this is where it is. Go to the options, and under colors, you have the option to change this back to the light, or go to the system setting, which is this is the default. Click OK, and you're back to your usual Revit. Yeah. So now let's go to the massing insight tab, which have been revamped drastically. The topo surface is not here anymore, and the other tools relevant to the topo surface is already gone. We have what we call the topo solid. Of course, you have the option to create from importing a file, data file, and creating a sketch. So if we click create sketch, see what happens. It gives you an option to choose a type which is already similar to creating a floor or a roof in Revit. So you have the generic 100, have the grassland. Of course, we want to use the grassland, which will be 1200 millimeter thick. If you click edit type on that, you'll see the thickness, the composition of that. If you click the structure, you will know that the grass is at 50 mm, and you'll have substrate, the sand, which is 150, and the rest would be earth, 1000 millimeters or 1 meter. Okay, so that's how it is. So obviously this is similar to floors, and it is something that you can modify later on. Okay, so if you want to create something with the pavement, so it is something that you can as well modify. You can create composite that will have the finish of the pavement or the interlock for your walkways and for the other open area on your site. Just click OK. Okay. So it's now like creating a floor. So I'll just use a rectangle to create my composite. Now I'll click check. So now what happens is it behaves now similarly to a slab where you can modify some elements. So if I click this, I can adjust this and make it higher. I can add, make it like 500. It will be higher there, and I can add point. I want to add a point here, there, sort of triangulates the site, which I believe helps it, puts Revit to be more friendly with interfacing with Civil 3D, especially for site works. You know, Civil 3D is the default software used in creating roads and other site improvements. So let's modify the sub elements that we've created. Say this point, I want to make it right. So up. With this, I want to make it lower. 1000. Right there. Like this, I want to keep it at 0. This, I want to keep that at 0 as well. The other points already be 500 like that. Okay. It'll be a check when you're done. Press escape when you're done, and you have automatically those contour lines, which I believe we can adjust. Here, but we adjust it. Right click option. Click on the properties, and we don't have that. So if we click that, we check the properties. Those okay. If we click edit type, what are the other things that are here in the contour display? This is where we can control the contour display. So you can have an interval of, let's say, 200, 100. Apply. Okay, you will have more contours on your. Previously, that is something which we can find somewhere here, right, in Revit 2023 and earlier versions. And we have now, what we have here is, like, if we select this, we can subdivide. Want to be subdivided by creating lines. Just draw a line. The lines does not have to be continuous. So just have that line right there. Escape and click check. Just no. Okay, so it needs to be in closed loop. Continue. Connect those lines. Check. Okay, so I've already subdivided that, and obviously you can change that material and look, it changes elevation. So those are just some of the enhancement in the massing and site components. Probably have the same things. Okay, we're okay with that. And if we now go to view tab again, you will notice that there's the twin motion rendering that is already available. Okay. By default, you have twin motion that can render your 3D view. The cloud rendering still there, and the other things are available. What view templates? Okay, view templates. Right. And now, of course, there are so many things that we still need to explore and to check, find out what are the good things that we have here in Revit 2024. So this time, let's just go and check quickly the sample project that is available. So this is the sample project. If I click on the architectural sample project, I said that these files are already linked to each other. So when you open the architectural model, structural, HVAC, mechanical, and plumbing models goes along with it. That's why it takes some time to load and appear on my screen. Okay, so this is the architectural model. If you look at these, the note here, it says how to use this project. The model includes this. The model included are already these. We have the architectural site. SAD is already there. So it has it uses a good best practice in Revit projects that you are separating the architectural, the site, the facade, structural, plumbing, all the MAP models. So it's good. So if we can just check on the link, manage link, so you can see that the sample models are already loaded in this project. So if these models are like less than 100 MB, we are already looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 500 MB of. It's already a big file. That's why, as I said earlier, you need a strong computer to be able to really properly explore this sample file. Let's click those now. That's this nice rendering, most probably done in twin motion. We have this sheet index that contains these drawings. Interestingly, they have the life safety plan already showing here. So for young architects who are not very much used to creating life safety plan, this is a good sample that you can refer to. And for those who are already practicing and specializing in life safety, you will know that these are drawings that are very familiar with you. Let's go to the life safety plan. Go to the level 1 life safety plan. The experienced architects who are working with life safety plans and layouts, you will be very happy because this is what you've been looking for. This is what you need. Those life safety plans for the proper approval of the authorities. Right? Other things that are embedded here, you have those walkthroughs. There's already a walkthrough which is ready to be available. Click on that. This is the walkthrough that is available. If I click on that box, click edit walkthrough and just let it. Previous frame. Just play it shortly. By default, it this in shaded. So this is already there in the sample project. We never had this before in Revit. Okay, I will close this now. And so that's it. That's our quick review of the Revit 2024. It's an exciting version of this software. Changes there are a lot of changes. So for now, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. And for those who are beginners, you can certainly go ahead if you wanted to study Revit 2024. I highly advise to go back first to the previous versions, but you will see development of the software, because 2024 is there's some good amount of differences between 23 and in the previous one. So maraming salamat po. Again, this is Architect Aris Basa at your service. Hope to see you on the next videos that will be posted here. I would also like to invite you to attend my personalized trainings. You can just send me a message in Messenger or post a comment in any of my videos, and I'll be able to send you a message back so that we can organize a personalized training or group training. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and please always ring the bell and press the like buttons on the videos that you are watching. Maraming salamat po. This is Architect Aris Basa. Have a great day, everyone.